inevitable that every video I talk about being a studio owner, commercial studio owner, standalone building, not my house, which is fine, nothing against home studios at all, had one for years, that somebody's going to say, oh, there's no money in studios. The only way to make money in the music business is to start with a large fortune and end with a small one. And I think I'm starting to believe them. I hate the snow. I hate it with a fiery passion that I could only hope would melt the snow. But it doesn't. I don't really know how to talk about this without coming across like, oh, Jeremy, first world problems, if only we could be in your shoes. Let me say, this isn't all bad. The only real thing I'm trying to say, having a studio makes less sense now than it ever has. Now, does it make sense? I still think yes. It gets harder and harder every year, and I can't imagine trying to restart and build a business like this from the ground up at this point in this day and time that we live in. I have the benefit of having been here for now getting on my 14th year, which blows my freaking mind, like having any business for that long. But between the taxes that you have to pay, the expenses of the gear nowadays, even used, that's how I built my business, was buying used gear, even broken gear. And now, like, buying gear for parts hardly makes sense anymore, let alone the cost of what used to be literally a $20 soldering iron was a great soldering iron. And now I've thrown away more soldering irons because they've broken. I don't want just to be like an old man yelling at the sky, because if you've got that hustle, you're going to get it done either way.
What are these little doohickeys in the hallway?
Oh, they're for my desk. My standing desk should be delivered like any minute. Speaking of Sam, he was going to school for this and decided, well, school wasn't for him. That's totally fine. I completely get it. He wanted to jump in with an internship somewhere, start learning from the ground up, and he's learning fast. He's going to be dangerous. He's more talented than I was at his age. But the more people I talk to, like, cause I'll have conversations with parents every now and then. My kid's really interested in like music production and stuff like this. And should they go to school? Should they go to a program? I don't think so. If that's all you want to do. If you're pairing it with a business degree or you're pairing it with something else, by all means, go for it. But the 4-year program thing, I mean, even some of these like real quick, like multi-month programs that just cost a bonkers amount of money make no sense to me. There is a wealth of knowledge in any number of places. There's a wealth of knowledge in just going and helping someone and learning how to actually do this, if this is what you want to do. There's so much to learn that can never be taught in a classroom. And that is not to discount classrooms. I just simply think that the cost and where you get yourself from a financial standpoint at the beginning of a career like this, where it is hard to make money anyway, it just doesn't make sense to me. I cannot put two and two together on spending tens of thousands of dollars when the payoff for that is years down the road. If you knew you could walk into something and start making money, great. But that is just not the benefit of a college degree anymore. Education in and of itself has become a risk. So how do you mitigate that risk? If you can learn from someone or provide value to somebody who is doing it as a living right now, learning how are they making it work? Why are they different? Because there's not a lot of folks doing it to a high level, and high level means something very different in any region that you're going to go to, and that's part of it. Don't automatically think that because somebody is in a Nashville or an LA or insert whatever city, that they are automatically successful. When you start figuring in, okay, what do property taxes cost in this location? What does actual property cost? And then pair that with cost of living. I have to make a small fraction of what my friends in Nashville, LA, New York have to make to kind of make the same living. And I'm absolutely fine here, because 9 times out of 10, nobody gives a crap where you're located. Most of the time, if you're mixing and mastering, you're never going to see the people you're working with anyway. Whole other side of the business that kind of sucks now. But it is nice that when people do want to track and they do want to get out, yeah, I'm not in a music hub, but they can come here and there is no distraction because it's a weird little city. There's just enough to do to be slightly entertained, but to still stay focused on making music. I've found that to be a benefit for me. Like on paper, where I'm at and what I'm doing should not work. It shouldn't make sense. I'm not living like a king by any stretch of the imagination. We're actively trying to grow the business. I've brought on 2 people working with me now, which is wild. Even last year, I would have been like, that's impossible. So yeah, starting a studio seems like less and less of a good idea for certain people. If you're the type of person to just kind of ask, how do I get clients? It might not be right for you. And that's not a shot at you. I don't want it to seem like that's rude, but it's tough. It's tough. It is just as much a sales position as it is anything else. Yeah, you gotta be good at music and mixing and mastering to a certain level, right? Nobody's gonna beat Serban. None of us will. None of us are gonna be CLA. There are limitations to my skills, and I've come to terms with that. I know where I'm kind of generally okay working within the industry. And that's fine with me. I'm totally fine staying there. I have a blast doing it. If you've ever thought about wanting to talk and reach out to somebody who does this, I do consulting, as weird as that sounds. But I charge the same as studio time. However long we're on the phone, you're basically paying studio time. If that's something that you're interested in, there'll be a link down there below. If you're interested in getting mixed and mastered, we're doing a ton of mastering, and I love approaching mastering as a partnership with any engineer that I work with. If you need Atmos mixes, we can do that now because there is no sponsor. This is sponsored by me and my own business, so I'm going to toss those services out there. Links down in the description below. So are you guys wanting to start a studio? Do you have a desire to be in audio as a career? Does any of this scare you? If not, happy to have you along for the ride. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to see how I operate a full session, why don't you go click this video down there where you can kind of be a fly on the wall. I don't know which one we're going to pick. It's going to be one of them, though. You're going to have a great time. See ya!